Opus 4.7 just dropped in Claude Code, and you're using it wrong. And PS, so is everybody else if you're reading Twitter and seeing all the outrage. If you're still pair programming with it line by line, you're missing what the model is actually for. The Claude Code team said it plainly. Treat 4.7 like an engineer you delegate to, not a collaborator you guide. Here are the 3 shifts they recommend you do. And hey, if you're new here, I'm Kevin. I break down what's happening in AI and how you can build with it. So that's you, hit follow. Before you start anywhere else, Anthropic recommends setting the default effort to xhigh for 4.7 in Claude Code. That's going to give you the best bang for your buck. They're telling you the model wants big chunks of work. Your workflow has to match that, or you're leaving that upgrade on the table. So you make sure you're giving it heavy, chunky prompts. So here are the 3 shifts you need to make. 1, turn on auto mode. So you Shift+Tab in the CLI, and if you haven't enabled it, use this command right here. What auto mode does is it makes its own permission decisions in Claude Code and finishes large blocks of work without stopping to ask you every 3 or 5 seconds for permissions to run a bash command. This is the biggest behavior change. If you don't flip this on, you're not experiencing what 4.7 actually does. Number 2, you want to front load your context. So the first turn, tell it the goal, the constraints, and the acceptance criteria, all of it. The old habit of drip feeding as you go, that pair programming, that's not what 4.7 wants. It wants engineering work from a brief. So 1-sentence prompts aren't going to be it. You want to give it a lot of information, a lot of context, a lot of those details up front. And bonus points if you have a lot of docs or markdown files that are actually giving it that context too. Number 3, and this is one that Boris talks about a lot, the unlock the Claude Code or any AI CLI is giving it its own verification for its work, giving it its own feedback loop for it to be able to test a workflow in a markdown file, a skill, a verify flow. 4.7 is even better at self-checking. It's one of the things that they talked about in the release post. But if you're only sharing local tips or things to look for, it's not going to get you all the way there. You want test commands, you want how to run the app, what success looks like, how to validate something in a browser. So that's the pattern. Auto mode, full brief up front, and verification